Encountering a police officer is something no one wants on any day, but there's nothing worse than being verbally or physically assaulted just because of your skin color. In this video, we look at some horrifying cases where police officers have targeted people simply because they have a different skin color. Drunk in power, believing their hate is warranted. Will they get punished? Let's find out. The first case goes to show how sometimes calling the police isn't the solution. On July 14, 2018, in San Antonio, Texas, a young man, Dwayne Robinson, called the police after having a verbal confrontation with security guards in a mall. The security guards claimed that Dwayne was threatening them and using vulgar language. Police officer Tim Garcia arrived at the scene and asked what had happened.
You understand? I said, look, man, I went like that. I said, look, y'all already told me what it was. I was like, I'm already walking up. Okay. So I tried to go back that way. I was like, I thought there was an exit. And they grabbed my bag. I said, look, man, don't grab my bag like that. Yeah. All they had to tell me was like, look, sir, there's not an exit over here. Yeah. And they was like, all right, we want you to exit the mall. I was like, look, man, I'm not about to exit the mall, bro. I said, look, I want the cops to come here to let y'all know the dumb.
Dwayne explained that the security guards had asked him to leave, and he had complied. While walking out of the mall, the guards grabbed his bag, and this irritated him. He wanted to know why he was being asked to leave the mall. The guards threatened to call the police, and Dwayne agreed, seeing that a higher authority would see things rationally. Little did he know that a devil wearing blue would be dispatched.
Now, my question to you is, if they tell you to leave the mall, you gonna leave the mall?
No, I don't want to. That's why I called you.
I understand you don't want to.
After listening, the officer asked Dwayne a weird question. He wanted to know if Dwayne would leave if the security guards asked him to. Dwayne said he would have wanted to know why he was being asked to leave, since he had done nothing wrong.
Are you gonna leave the mall?
I'm asking for what?
Okay, they don't have to tell you. If they don't want you here, you're not here, okay?
That makes no sense.
Okay, here's the deal. Now you're gonna get argumentative with me. They won't put you...
But the officers didn't answer that. Instead, he said that the guards had the right to kick out whomever they pleased. Garcia also said that Dwayne was being argumentative and that he could put him in jail. Talk about being drunk in power.
They might give you a criminal trespass.
Look, I ain't even did. Why y'all give me criminal trespass? What you mean, bro? What you mean they can't?
Sure.
In the process, the officer asks Dwayne for his identification. Dwayne learns that he could be charged with criminal trespassing. This shocks him, and he starts inquiring more about that. Sadly, it seems like this is what Officer Tim Garcia had been waiting for. Garcia and the other officers quickly arrest Dwayne, saying that he is refusing to comply with a direct order to leave the mall and present his identification. He also claimed that Dwayne was being confrontational. Of course, this is a crime, but what happened next was completely unwarranted.
You know what? Now you're under arrest.
For what? Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
10 minutes.
Look, bro, and I said, look, before I give y'all my ID, can y'all tell me, like, why would I get a criminal trespass?
And I told you, if you're not shopping here, they don't want you. You do.
Up, man.
Hey, here, look, this is the police. This is the police. You. How do you like that? Police said, just said it right back to you. You. I obviously I don't. On camera. Do I look like you? Well, I'm only 3.4% African.
What's wrong with? I called you.
I'm 3.4% Sub-Saharan African.
I said.
There you go. Say it right. Put an R at the end. If you're gonna say it, don't call me. I ain't.
Why am I doing this?
For being.
Look, y'all just trying to speak.
Oh man, I'm just trying to get it right. I'm trying to get it right.
Garcia got physical with Dwayne, pushing him to sit on the floor and then started verbally assaulting him. He yelled profanity after profanity at Dwayne. He then took Dwayne outside and demanded that Dwayne remove his shoes. Now, this is a routine thing that police officers do in the case of drugs or weapons to search the suspect. However, Dwayne was accused of trespassing. The horrible truth is that the officer was just harassing Dwayne. He made the young man walk on the hot pavement just because he could.
Hey bro, can you stop harassing me?
This all would have been over if you would have just handed me your ID.
Dwayne could be heard in the dash cam asking the officer to stop harassing him. This case was brought forward and the officer defended himself. He said that he had to use slurs so that Dwayne could understand him. How demeaning is that? Garcia was fired and then rehired after a warning. If you think Dwayne's case is bad, wait until you hear this next one. A cop arrested this man for smoking, except he didn't have a cigarette, lighter, or vape pen. On May 27, 2020 in San Diego, California, police officer Daggis called out a man, Amory Johnson, for smoking in a restricted area. The only problem was that Amory didn't have anything to suggest he was smoking. He didn't have a cigarette, lighter, or a vape pen.
It's hell, bro. Stop touching me, bro. Obviously, nobody's going nowhere. Hey, what'd I tell you? I told you I'm waiting for somebody to come here. They right here, bro.
Sit down.
Amory protested the way he was being manhandled, asking Daggis to stop grabbing him. He explained that he was just waiting for his friend, but the officer didn't care. The officer manhandled Amory, probably to stop him from running away. However, Amory was in no rush to leave. He knew that he had not done anything wrong or illegal, and simply couldn't understand why the police officers were detaining him.
You making a big ass deal out of nothing, bro.
Sit down.
You real big though, huh?
Dude,
hey, you real big.
you're the one that just
hey, you real big.
Sit down.
Hey, you real tough.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Down.
Bro, stop. Bro,
Stay seated!
get on the ground. What am I doing? Y'all are funny as hell, bro. It's funny as hell, bro.
Suddenly, Daggis started saying that Amory had smacked his hand. He then shoved Amory to sit, and the other officers quickly handcuffed him.
Hands on me.
Bro, I didn't put nothing on you, bro. It's on camera, so you can check
Okay.
me. Bro, y'all
Okay.
hella goofy, bro.
I'm talking to you, and you smack me.
Bro, nobody smacked you, bro. Why-
Amory denied hitting the officer, even stating that everything was on camera and the officers should just check it.
This fool is in the f***ing wrong. He tried to come up on him like he's not doing shit. He's waiting for me to get back from the store, right? When I come back, instead of him just apologizing and being like, oh, you're right, I get it, he tries to grab him and choke him and put him on the thing. He's in the wrong and he could just say that and let it go. And instead, he's trying to I don't know what he's trying to do.
Just trying to figure out what's going on, man.
Bro, he's being a whole ass bro. Oh, God, and you know you're wrong, bro.
Amory's friend shows up, and he is horrified by what he sees. He knows that the officer is wrong. He explains that Amory was waiting for him to get from the store, but the cops are not ready to let Amory go. At this point, the friend even mentions that Daggis has tried to choke Amory.
So, bro, why am I still here? I don't got nothing on me. I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm being a citizen. So you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm frustrated. It's not a cell. I'm sitting outside for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You really don't get it though. You don't get it.
The situation clears out and Amory is expected to be released. This is because Daggis has run Amory's name and the man isn't on the police radar.
Hey, I'm black and out here. That's what the issue is.
Yeah.
It's all good. I get it.
Amory starts mentioning that the only reason he's being profiled like this is because of his skin color. It is shocking when Daggis doesn't contradict this, meaning that he is comfortable with how things are at this point.
You're being placed under arrest for 241C, okay?
Yep.
All right.
What's the 241C?
Assault on a peace officer.
Assault on an officer. Hey, okay, bet. Hey, come on. Hey,
Bro,
hey.
you are a
Instead of apologizing for his profiling, Daggis does something truly horrifying. He arrests Amory, saying he is being arrested for assaulting a police officer. At this time, Amory is frustrated, but he is not worried since he knows everything has been recorded on the body cams. The officer said in court that Amory was smoking and that when confronted, he had taken a fighting stance. Amory refused to let this slide and sued the city for excessive force and wrongful arrest. La Mesa agreed to pay a $125,000 settlement, and Daggis was fired from the police department. This police officer started arresting some partygoers and then punched one of them for her skin color, not caring that she was in the Olympics. On July 31, 2022, police officers from Toledo, Ohio, responded to a noise complaint. Once they got to the location, one of the police officers asked for the owner of the house. Surprisingly, the situation was in control. There wasn't any loud music or the usual chaos you expect to cause a disturbance.
All right, arrest him, and them two.
Hey,
You can't go in my house. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I ain't even do nothing.
Anyway, after introducing himself, the police officer instructed his fellow officers to start arresting everyone. Of course, this was met with a lot of protests. Can you imagine the police officer started lying?
I stood here and I told everybody to go in the house.
didn't tell
Listen,
me. You didn't
are
see
you
me,
gonna
sir.
let me explain or are you
Yes,
gonna talk
sir.
over me? I stood here and I told everybody in here either go in the house or leave.
He said that he had called for the people to disperse, but they didn't. What he forgot was that his body cam was recording this entire confrontation. The police officers started arresting people at the scene. It's so funny that in the process, the situation became more chaotic. This was a noise complaint, but it appeared as though the officers made it worse.
Guys, let's go!
Time to move! Let's go!
Who else wants to go to jail?
While taking partygoers to the police cars, one of the police officers pulled out his weapon. The officer thought that by brandishing his weapon, he could intimidate the crowd gathering outside to disperse. Two officers started talking, saying things that left everyone shocked.
People go to jail when I'm around. You know, before there was body cameras, I wonder how many sergeants would just light this thing up, empty this tank.
To think that the officers were wishing back on the days when body cams were not yet issued so they could fire at the people was horrifying. But not as bad as what happened next. Things only got worse from this point.
I'm asking go! No! I'm asking for his badge number! Back up! I'm asking for his badge! Okay? Give me your phone! Give me your phone! Nope. I'm not even here.
Professional kickboxer O'Shea Jones was recording this ordeal. She was asking for the badge numbers of the arresting officers, having understood that what was happening was unlawful. Her actions did not sit well with one of the female officers, Ashley Pluff.
Then stop moving!
Hey, hey,
Calm
hey.
down! You angry!
Stop
She's
twisting.
angry. All I'm saying is
Twisting,
for no
quit turning.
reason.
You're just
Will you
making
quit
it worse.
moving? Stop cussing at me! She just hit me! Y'all just see that? I know! She just hit me! I know! She just hit me!
Instead, Ashley grabbed O'Shea's phone and then handcuffed her. A woman who should be applauded for her Olympic status got handcuffed. O'Shea could feel that Ashley was angry, so she tried telling her to calm down. She complained that Ashley was squeezing her wrists tightly. When she tried protesting, the female police officer punched her. Yep, you heard that right. She punched O'Shea Jones. Following the numerous arrests made that night, an investigation was conducted to determine what had happened. Not surprisingly, the investigation concluded that Ashley's action of hitting O'Shea was justified, saying that O'Shea was resisting arrest. The officers got away with a verbal reprimand. Imagine that. It's evident that the judicial system is quite forgiving when it comes to police hate and color profiling. Hopefully, such cases will be avoided in the future. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment section below. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more great content.